Well, this is Block's home wood, where I like to walk with my little mate Midge. Unfortunately, in this part of the wood, dogs have to be on a lead, so there he is, tethered to a tree. He was not at all happy about that. And just going slowly around, there are various tracks and trails within this wood that we can explore. Quite a big wood, but for the most part it's a nature reserve, hence the rules on dogs being on leads, but it is quite a lovely place to spend time. Plenty of paths to explore, and there's wildlife. We've seen deer, we frequently see woodpeckers, met a fox or two in here. All very exciting, both for me and of course for a Springer Spaniel. And here we are, back round to one of the main paths. Now, this is quite an old woodland. As you can see, in places it's very, very dense. However, recently the Wildlife Trust took on special contractors to thin the wood to allow more light in, to encourage some of the lower level growth, to encourage butterflies, etc. Let some sunlight through the woodland canopy. As you can see, this area that we're panning through now is much more open and clear, and it'll soon green up and the woodland floor will start to look a lot more lush, and it'll be better for wildlife generally. So we're now out of the part of the wood where I have to keep Midge on his lead, and now that he's been let off his lead, of course, what he's really wanting is for me to pick up sticks to throw them for him. So he keeps coming to me and looking expectantly as though I'm about to do something, that is, throw him a stick. But actually, we do 2 walks a day generally, and for one of those walks I like to avoid just constant fetching of sticks and balls, because it's encouraging him to explore and to use his nose and to develop his sense of smell. Because he's only 5 months old, so he's still learning very much so. And it's been very noticeable how much more he's using his nose now than he did when he was a young pup. He's having a great time. He loves these woods. But still waiting for Dad to do something. This is what I like to see a Springer doing. Just charging around, having fun, but not going too far from me. He's not going deep into the wood and disturbing the wildlife in the nature reserve. But he's just exploring, having a whale of a time. And it's non-stop. This could go on for hours and for miles and miles. Look at that tail. Don't know what he's found. Something interesting. Probably something pretty revolting. But he's a happy dog. Now, Midge knows the routine, because as we get to the end of our walk, we get to this sort of homemade bench carved with a chainsaw, and when we get to here, we're getting quite close to the road, So I like to put him on the lead here for the final 100 yards or so to the car, and he knows that when he stops here he gets a biscuit. So he quite often jumps up on top, but it's quite slippery today. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, it's very exciting. So good boy. Here's your biscuit. That's the way. And then we'll pop the lead on him and we're all safe until we get him to the car. So sit down nicely. There we go. Oh, where's he got it wrapped around your nose? What's going on? That's the boy. There we go. So, after all that faffing, we've got him nice and secure. And we'll head off to the car.